What's up everyone? Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a little different. I usually don't do challenges. The reason I'm doing this in a challenge is because I attempted to write my second book a few times. I published my first book. Hold on one second. This book. I published it, I believe, 3 years ago. It's a good book. It's good information, but I don't feel like it's a credible book. When I say credible, I'm referring to books such as this one, where it's thicker, it's well written. This one, thicker, well written. And my book just isn't that credible. Now, the whole point of the second book is I wanted to write my life lessons. And I wanted it to be an actual book that I could be proud of. And the reason I never really completed it is because I would get into too many topics that I'm looking to put into the same book. Talk about health, talk about fitness, talk about relationships, talk about business, talk about a regular 9-to-5 job, psychology, philosophy. I was looking to put everything into this one book. And I think it was just information overload, and I just didn't like the way it was structured, so I would just quit. And the point of this video is last night I decided to, oh look, let me show you the time and the date. So it's May 8th, so yesterday, May 7th, I started writing my second book again, officially. And this time, I'm actually going to make sure that I complete it within 30 days. And I think putting a deadline and a timeline to my goal will force me to actually stay consistent to it and actually publish it. Now, I'm going to publish this video either way, whether I actually accomplish that challenge or I don't, whether I truly write and finish and publish my book fully on Amazon within 30 days, or I don't end up doing that. I don't end up achieving that goal. I'm going to publish this video anyways. And I'm going to take you guys along the journey. The way I'm going to structure it is I'm using Notion to write out the ideas and the structure of the book and the titles and the talking points. And I'm using my phone to record voice memos on each topic, because I think one big mistake I used to do when I was attempting to write this book last time is that I was attempting to write everything. And as I would start writing, I would get distracted and I just didn't have the right momentum. And I think if I'm speaking into it with the talking points that I wrote out initially and feeding that, I plan on using ChatGPT to clean up my thoughts and then give me the draft, and I go back in and write the final product. I think that's the best structure I can actually utilize and implement to get this done. So I'm using Notion, I'm using my phone to record the memo, I'm using ChatGPT to clean up my thoughts, and then I'm using Google Doc normally to actually go back into that draft and add to it, take away, add my tonality to the way I like the books that I read, the way I like it to flow. Good morning, everyone. May 9th, almost 9 a.m. I sat in the writer's chair and I do have some internal meetings today, and I'm going to start writing. As I was recording the memos last night, I would record it and then it would just glitch and lose it. And they're 20-minute memos. And I was like, damn, I got to do it again. And it glitched again. So yeah, that's definitely a headache. But this is definitely an important wealth, because when we look into the blue zones around the world, there's many different factors that are involved in why someone might live over 100 years. And across the world, one common denominator was the feeling of a community. May 12th, 6:40, I'm about to log in and do a few more paragraphs and chapters. And it's very hard to put yourself in the right environment when you're still in the same physical location, because May 15th, 9:30. So I didn't capture a few dates, even though I've been writing it, just because I feel like these reportings are kind of getting boring if I'm just reporting to you guys every single day that I'm actually working. But I think we're making some progress because I have all the chapters that I want. What I realize is that I'll structure it in 10 chapters and I won't go above that because I don't want to lose the message. Like, I don't want to just add chapter just to add it. I really want to bring more value into each chapter. So even though we wrote out each chapter, I'm going back and creating a more of a storyline. This is the final kind of document for the book. And we're roughly at like 48 pages. Let me see how many words we have. 15,000 words, 3 chapters so far plugged in. I'm working on chapter 4 today. And I was thinking about maybe looking to the editor that I'll be using. The first book that I published, I found an editor on Upwork, and I was going to use her again, but she was like 70 years old when I published it. So I don't know if she's still doing it, if she's still alive, but she doesn't have an active account on Upwork anymore. So I'll try to find someone else. I just want someone else to kind of proofread and make sure that it makes sense to other people, because the way I'm writing it is the way it makes sense to me. So yeah, we're moving along. Hopefully today I can finish up 2 more chapters. I might add a bonus chapter, but that should be pretty much it. The goal is to get this done in like 3 to 4 days, and then I can send it over to an editor, and hopefully at that point I can format it and get the cover done and publish it. So let's see if I wrap it up in time. What's up, everyone? I'm in Miami this weekend, but I found some downtime to actually continue the book writing. I just want to make sure that I'm on schedule since it's been 10 days already, so I have 20 more days left. It's the 17th, 7:40 p.m. I'm actually at Lowe's Hotel, South Beach. It's been actually really nice, so didn't get a chance to write the last 2 days. Today I'm working on chapter 6, which is the 5 main skills that I believe someone should learn. And people like focus on schooling and they focus on providing certain skills. I really narrowed it down to the 5 skills that really changed my life. So this chapter is also going to be a little longer. I'm excited. It's May 23rd, and I've been writing, and I've been writing, and I've been writing, and I'm coming to the point where I came to the last few times when I was like, let's just put this on a back burner, where I write and, it's either too simple or it's becoming too repetitive and it's too long, it's too prolongated, it's not concise enough, or it's too casual. I can't ever find a balance, because the issue that I always have is, I'm attempting to write like a longer book, like 250 pages, 300 pages, but I don't want to just add fluff. And that's the issue, because usually what happens is if I don't add the fluff, it comes out to 150 pages, which everyone's telling me, it's not that bad. If it's 150 pages, it is what it is. But I'm trying to avoid what I did with the previous book, where it just was short and it doesn't feel like a credible book. And maybe I'm just putting too much weight on it, but I'm coming to that point of writing where I've just been debating everything. But, what I'm telling myself is just go ahead and publish it. Like, find the tone that you just want to stick with, even if it's not 100%. Optimize the whole book with that one consistent tone and publish it. Like, you just got to publish it. So I'm trying to keep that mentality up. I'm back on chapter 1. Yesterday I rewrote chapter 1 with the tonality that I kind of want to stick with. I don't know, my goal is to just write it all up and publish it. I did end up finding a editor on Upwork, Soha Closa. I'm not really sure where she's from, but she's in the US. I like the way that she was editing. And I'm hoping that she can help just clear things up for me, because what I'm going to do is, as I start going back and rewriting the book and the tone that I kind of want to stick with, I'm going to just send it to her. And, I told her the goal is to make it sound professional, I want to maybe elaborate a little bit more by adding more volume in the paragraphs and chapters, but I don't want to repeat things just to fill up the chapter. So let's see. I hired her yesterday. She's supposed to start hopefully working today on the book. And let's see if we can push through this and get the book actually published. What's up, everyone? It's Wednesday, May 28th, 8 p.m. So I just wrapped up a lot of my work that I had for Gentech, and I'm done with the book. So I have, like 10 days left until our due date to publish it. I wrote everything out. I'm sticking with it. I sent it to the editor. Now she has to go through it. All I'm doing right now is just going back and touching up on it a little bit, making sure that everything I bold are things that I would maybe underline in the book to make it easier for you guys to actually go through it. So yeah, I'm happy. I told myself after that last part where I was sharing with you guys that I'm in that dilemma of should I keep it short and concise or should I just make it longer with more information. I decided to go through it and let that be what I was going to publish. I wasn't going to go back and forth anymore because I had the very basic version. And then what I do usually when I try to write something is I'll first have the outline, which is, good to make sure that you stay on track. And then I would just start adding as much as I can. I would just beef it up as much as I can. And choosing where to go between those two things is the hardest, but the answer is always like in the middle. We're at 73,000 words, 144 pages. Obviously, it's going to be adjusted a little bit with the formatting, so I'm not sure how many pages it'll come out to. When I look it up, it should be like around 200, 250 pages when it's actually formatted for a book. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to stay around 250 pages. So, yeah, I'm actually excited to record this video for you guys because it's good news, and I'm excited to actually go live with the book and publish it. I'll keep you guys updated. All right, guys, it's the next day, and I'm actually working on the book designs. So I have a few. I have 3 that I created off of Canva, but I'm thinking about doing a clean look. So this is the first one. I don't know if yellow is my main color, but I kind of like the way it went. I like this one, and this one's nice too. But I actually want to do a white one, just a very clean look, because Malcolm Gladwell is one of my favorite authors, and his books are just like white with like just something in the middle. So I'll try designing that. I'm gonna post on my IG story, see what people like. I might just go with whatever people vote as their favorite. And the Upwork person that's supposed to be editing, let me see. Okay, she just responded. So she should be getting started with it. I told her I can get it done by 7, so she has like 8 days. But I just want to make sure we're done before the deadline. It's the 5th, and I don't know if you guys see it. We're literally 2 days away from the publishing date. Running into some roadblocks, but hopefully we're able to finish. The person I found on Upwork, she just went MIA for a while, and I didn't really want to look for someone else because I was like, we literally have like 3 days left. Let me just edit it myself. I'll reread it. I'll format it. So that's what I was doing. Learn how to like actually format a book. So you guys can kind of see. I have the margins, I have the pages, I have the header, like book title. I'll go back and clean it up one last time. But we're at roughly 235 official pages, but I think the whole book is like 244. And I have the book cover, the spine, the back, and the front already done. I actually went into Amazon, like the self-publishing, and they give you like a format to follow. So I just use those dimensions, fed it into Canva, and then just design it the way I want to design it. I ended up going with this one because it got the most votes on my Instagram when I actually put it on my story. It was between this one and a white cover. The only reason I like the white cover is because it had this, which is the self-made sculpture. So like, I don't know if you guys ever saw this, but it's the guy that sculpts himself, which I think is perfect for this book. But it just looked a little too plain, too simple. So I added him on the back. The little barcode goes here. So it'll be right next to the barcode. So yeah, I'm happy with the cover. Hopefully I can get all this published in 2 days. She's finally working on it starting today. She started leaving notes, so I'm just going back through the notes and adjusting what she recommends. I'm not adjusting everything because sometimes I feel like the editor doesn't really understand where I'm coming from. So I'm just taking their thoughts and their kind of recommendations and going with it. So even if I take half of it, it's still something that I didn't have in a book before. But I'm excited. I think it's a good book. She said it's a good book. She said it's motivational. I'll have the paperback and I'll have the Kindle version of it. And the goal truly is to translate this and publish it in Bosnian. But I'm going to do that after all this is done. But our coaching call just started, so I'm going to wrap up this video. And I'll keep you guys updated as I get close to publishing. I don't know if I'll record tomorrow or if I'll just record on the 7th as I wrap up everything. So June 7th, 6:22 p.m. and the book is finally in review. I just uploaded it. I think it takes like a day or so to go through a review, but yeah, it's official. Here's the previous book that I had, which was published 2019. So 6 years later, I have my second book. So believe it or not, I mean, we did have to work until the last minute. So yesterday she finalized the editing and then she started working on the formatting. She sent me the format. I wasn't a fan of it. I had to fix it and I had it formatted for a Kindle ebook as well. I'm not a fan of ebooks, but I think people still buy it. But yeah, we hit the 30-day goal. I know I wanted it to be in hand, but I didn't get a chance to do that because obviously we were working until the last minute, but at least it's done and the 30-day goal was actually accomplished, which I'm super happy about. And yeah, if you guys are looking to support me, buy a copy on Amazon. And also another way you can support me is by leaving a review on Amazon. So if you guys do order a copy, just leave me a review, whether you like the book or not. I would love to hear your insights. So yeah, I appreciate you guys watching the video and I'll see you guys in the next one.